Hello everyone, it is time for a new video, and today we're going to talk about my sports romance TBRs. So I feel like sports romances have had this like giant explosion in the romance community, and I mean it is something that's been always popular, I feel like, but recently there's been so many books coming out, so many books talked about, and I realized that it is not something I've actually read a lot of, and I never actually went to like seek it out actively. I think that it is obviously popular for a reason, and I want to give it a try. I want to see what are the best ones. The thing that I actually did specifically is I put together kind of like a half of the books are the super popular books that everyone has been talking about, and the other half are books that I have not really heard anyone talk about, or not a lot of people. And a lot of these are the like diverse sports romances, because a lot of the popular ones are unfortunately very like white cishet books that, you know, don't have any diversity. And so I don't just want to read those. I don't want to just talk about those, even though I will mention some. I also want to talk about the books that I think need more love. I hope that makes sense. This has been way too long for an intro, so let's just jump straight in and talk about some sports romances. So, the first book I will actually mention is the only one that I have physically that is incredibly popular, and that is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. This took the romance community by storm. I just have heard nothing but great things about this, not just in general, but from people that I trust and authors that I love, and I'm just like, I need to read this. It is, I think, a basketball romance, and it's supposed to be just really emotional and sweet and have amazing mental health representation, and I am very excited. I don't know anything else. I don't really want to know anything else. I have not read it mainly because it's very long, and a lot of the popular books are too long, which I'm not a fan of, but like we're just gonna do it. Moving on to a book that I have not heard a lot of people talk about. I have So Forward by Mina V. Esguerra, and actually, before I mention anything about this book, what inspired this a lot is I saw a post from Amanda at Talk About Swoon on Instagram that is called like Diversify Your Hockey Romance, and there's a bunch of hockey romances that are, you know, from authors of color and some queer books and all of that, and so not just white cishet books. And I will link that down below. I obviously will not be talking about all of them. Just kind of like the ones that caught my eye the most. And I absolutely love that post. There's so many, and you definitely need to check that out, you know, if you want to find more underrated books and more diverse books in the sports romance genre. Because, like, you know, I wanted to give her credit, of course, because she allowed me to find some books that I didn't know about. So I will link that down below. And so Forward is on that list, and I did actually add it to my TBR a while ago, but I obviously have not read it yet. And it says on the post, she also has like what representation it is or tropes and whatever, so I'll read that because it is very helpful, obviously. So this caught my eye mainly because it says she plays hockey and he's a bisexual figure skater. And it also has Filipino representation within both of the main characters. And I love that because, like, you know, obviously when it's a man and a woman, basically I feel like 99% of the time in the popular romances, it's the guy who plays the sport. And like, I'm into it, you know, like I want to read about that. But like, also, I think it's super cool to see the heroine being the one who plays the sport. And so I want to give this book a try, and it is available on Scribd/Everand, that is, it's called now. It is a novella as well, so, you know, a quick read as opposed to some of the others. And so I love the sound of it. I think it sounds amazing, and I can't wait to see, you know, how I like it. So I will definitely be checking this one out, and I think you should as well. So the next, also I have my laptop here, just, you know, so you know what I'm looking at because you can't actually see it. But the next book that is popular is The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer, which I have also heard amazing things about. And the line here says, "The best way to get back at my horrible ex, fake date Rory Miller, my ex's rival, the top scorer in pro hockey, and the arrogant, flirtatious hockey player I tutored in high school." So what is it? Oh my god. With these people always having romances with like their tutors. This is like the 5th time I've seen that. And you know what? Like, I don't care. Like, it's chill. It's fine. You know, it works, but very interesting. Anyway, I think a lot of this reveals a lot about people's fantasies, which is like really funny to watch, to be honest. So yeah, this cover is super cute, and I mean, this author is very popular, and one thing I really want to do this year is to try new authors. And so I think that's not the case for all the books in here. I do have some by authors I already love, but a lot of these are new to me, and you know, we love to see that. So that is that. Then I have a book that I'm not sure if it's considered less popular, but it is more diverse, and it's an author that I adore, and that is How You Get the Girl by Anita Kelly. So Anita's books have had some recognition, but I love them so much, and this is a sapphic romance, which I actually think, unfortunately, is the only one on this list. So if you know any sapphic sports romances, please let me know. I actually just realized that I have one physically, so I'll tell you after this. So yeah, anyway, but please let me know. Of course, actually just any sports romances that are diverse, especially, please let me know in the comments down below, because of course I want as many as I can get, you know? And so How You Get the Girl, I've actually started reading, and I just love Anita's writing and characters, and it is so special. It is so sweet and tender, and I do think it's very different from a lot of the other sports romances. I feel like a lot of them are very like smut heavy and like a specific vibe that I still think is good, you know, when you want that, but I feel like it's also great to have something that's a little bit more sweet and meaningful, and I feel like Anita Kelly definitely does that in this book. And it's also a little bit different, where it's actually one of the heroines is teaching her like basketball team in high school, and the other heroine is like a kind of retired basketball player, and so she actually ends up helping her with the team, and so it's like about coaching a basketball team. And so I feel like that dynamic is already a little bit different than some other sports romances, and I think it's very sweet, very fun, and I love it. So definitely will obviously be reading this, and I'm very excited, and if you have not read it yet, you should definitely check it out. So the next book is Shut Out by Avery Keelan. So I've been seeing this author on Instagram a lot as well, and I do have to say I absolutely love this cover, which is what like caught my eye. And it says some tropes at the bottom. First proximity, roommates. Okay, that I have to say immediately has my attention. The roommates trope is like one of my favorite things. So okay. Broody, tattooed goalie hero, sunshine party girl heroine, sneaking around, ADHD and anxiety rep, and dual point of view. Okay, that does sound really great, and I know that a lot of people have issues with like the tropification, but I personally like to know the tropes, and I will discover everything else along the way, you know? Like, I don't know, I don't like knowing synopses. So it works for me, and I'm sorry if it doesn't work for other people, because that is usually how I describe books I haven't read. So, yeah. Next book that I think also more people should know about is Cant Catch Me by Alexandra Warren. So I do think this is one of her more popular books, but I have read some other books by her that I absolutely loved, and she is still definitely an underrated author. And she basically, I think, I don't know if all her books are Black love romances, but she is a Black author. Definitely a lot of them are. And I'm pretty sure this one is. The first line is, returning to her hometown was not in the plans, and neither was falling for her former best friend. That sounds amazing. I am very excited for that. And again, like, I already love Alexandra Warren, and so I want to read all her books, and this is one of them. And I'm pretty sure it's not within a series on Goodreads now that I'm looking at it, but I'm pretty sure it is a part of a series that's like other sports romances. So I need to read this, and I think you should also add it to your list. So the next book is probably the most popular one out of the whole list, I think, and that is Consider Me by Becca Mack. So this is like a 3-book series, or there's other books in the series, and they've been picked up by a publisher recently, and it's just like super popular. I don't know. And I have had this on my TBR for a long time, but the main reason, again, is why I haven't read it. It's over 500 pages. I'm like, are you kidding me? But I have heard great things about it, And I'm like, you know, I guess it's popular for a reason. And like, I kind of often stay away from the super hyped romances because I'm like, it can't be that good. And like, you know, but at the same time, sometimes it is that good, you know? Like, there have been some popular books that I read that I was like, okay, I get the hype, it's amazing. And so I feel like this could be good, you know? And one of my friends described this as having a golden retriever hero, which I have to say is like my favorite kind of man in books. So, you know, I don't know anything else about it, but chances are you have already heard of it. So we will move on to the next book, which is Shots Not Taken by Nicole Falls. So this is another author who writes Black love romances, who I already love. And also a lot of these books, if not like almost all of them, are on Kindle Unlimited. Not every single one, but Nicole Falls books are on Kindle Unlimited. Oh, it says that the series is a collaboration with Alexander Warren. And so it follows two fictional professional basketball franchises. So that's cool. Yeah, it's a series that both of them have 2 books in. So that is exciting, and that means there's 4 books to read. And so this is the first one in the series. Obviously they're going to be like companions, so you can read them separately, but so that is very cool. And you know, more books on the TBR again, so we love to see that. The next book here is another one that I've been seeing on Instagram all the time, and that is First Down by Grace Rayleigh. This is a football romance and a fake dating romance, and of course it has tutoring in it. So it says, tutoring the new star quarterback in exchange for a few fake dates won't lead to anything more, right? So yeah, some people, like all these authors apparently have some kind of tutoring kink, and you know what, like I get it. So yeah, the next book is another book actually from the Instagram post, which is Snapshot by Ruby Rana. So I have never heard of this author or this book, and it looks really cute. And the thing that got my attention is it's described as a lawyer, client, hockey player, romance and childhood crushes, and it also has a South Asian female main character. And so actually, like, it kind of gives me like office romance vibes within like the sports world, and I'm absolutely here for that. I've also been wanting to read more office romances again because it is like one of my favorite things actually. But let me know if you'd like to see this kind of video within office romance, because I do desperately need to find more. Please also tell me if you have recommendations for that. But yeah, sounds very cool and I'm excited. So the next one is Home Run Proposal by Maren Moore. I do have to say this cover is very cute. It gives me very strong like Valentine's Day vibes. And another book that I've been seeing everywhere. Yeah, I think this one is definitely gonna be like one of the very smut heavy like addicting whatever romances, which, you know, like I'm not opposed to it. So yeah. Then I have a book that is also from the Instagram post, which is called The Owner by Xavier O'Neill. And this says that it has a black female main character, she's older and owns a hockey team, and oops, we're married. So I don't like this style of cover, but when I saw those little things, I was like, you know what, that sounds amazing. They're married somehow, and she's older and owns a hockey team. Like, that dynamic also is, you know, very different from all the other basic ones. And I am very here for it and very excited. So I will definitely be picking that up, and I'm pretty sure it is on Kindle Unlimited. So sounds really good. Then we have The Cog Down the Block by Amy Ward, which I also saw on Instagram, and of course this is designed by Lenny, who I will forever love with my whole heart. And I mean, obviously the cover, the title is very eye-catching or attention-seeking, grabbing anyway, so I mean, I'm intrigued and I will be reading this. And the first 2 lines say, always the nerdy girl, never the girlfriend, until her cocky best friend and his rooster take charge. So I am intrigued. I did not actually know that this is Best Friends to Lovers, so fuck yeah, and I will be reading this. So I will speed up now because my camera is flashing, but the next book here is Snow, Ice, and Spice, which is another thing from the post, and the little things there say Filipino female main character, bad boy hockey pro, close proximity, steamy. And I mean, that sounds great. I also saw the close proximity, and we love to see that. Okay, so my camera of course did die, but I have just 3 more things to tell you. So I forgot that I was saying that I have the sports romance, and so that is Cleat C by Meryl Wilsoner. So this is a sapphic romance that is obviously like girls playing soccer. And I have this special edition, which is absolutely beautiful. And I honestly don't really know anything else, but there's a short little description here that says, doing well in camp is more important than kissing pretty girls. Well, both are important. Soccer and kissing girls are Phoebe's 2 favorite things, but she's not focused on girls right now. She's focused on making this roster. So I guess, I don't know if they're like on the same team. Ooh, okay. One of them has an injury and she's replaced by a younger girl who is a gregarious jokester who plays with a joy that Grace lost somewhere along the way. And so, okay, but the girl who's injured is actually the other girl's longtime idol. So that is fun. So it kind of has like a rival vibe, but at the same time there's this like admiration, maybe like a crush or whatever. So that sounds very fun. And the last line here also says that it is the perfect blend of funny and steamy, and it's about being brave enough to win on and off the field. So that sounds amazing. I haven't actually heard that much about this one. I mean, like, I've heard people talk about it, but not actually their opinions. But I am excited. So that's that. Then I have First Meet Foul by Jacqueline Snow, which Jacqueline Snow has a lot of books and I've been wanting to read them for ages. They're all on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm pretty sure some audiobooks are also on Everend, and so I will definitely be reading that. And I'm pretty sure they're all, or a lot of them, like new adult, which also I have not read a lot of. And to be fair, a lot of the books that I've talked about in this video might actually be new adult. I didn't consider that. But I don't really, I think, care that much which one it is, you know? Okay, this sounds like it's Hate to Love and Grumpy Sunshine, which, you know what? I am here for. And the 2 of them also have to work on a project, and they agree to a friends with benefits arrangement. And let's wrap this shit up with the last book, which is called Holding by Alexandria House. And this one has some tropes at the beginning that say childhood neighbors, enemies, best friends, lovers, enemies. They're basically a separated couple, like they were married and I guess they're divorced, it looks like. And so that sounds great. And it's also Black love romance, and the last line on Goodreads says, Holding is a novel that offers intimacy, healing, and forever. So that is so cute. And I mean, who doesn't love a marriage in trouble or like second chance, you know? I certainly love it, and I feel like that's also not something that's that often in like the sports romances. So yeah, I feel like this has been quite long, but I mean, it's a lot of books that you can also hopefully add to your TBR, and I'm honestly really excited to dive in because like I've been talking about this for a while and I feel like I haven't actually read almost any books since I started saying I wanted to read them. So yeah, again, please let me know any recommendations that you have, and if you made it this far in the video, leave any kind of sport emoji down below. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!